Hi, fifth grade. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a nice long weekend. Today for our remote lesson, we are going to be writing down our vocabulary words. So what I'd like you to do is usually we'll do FIS 2-5 and all that, but when you're writing these words down, I want you to do your FIS 2-5 in your head, and I want you to write next to the word. Is it a 1 all the way to the 5? So if I write down accomplish, I'm going to say, you know what, I don't know what that word means. Okay, you're going to maybe put a 1 or a 2, or if you really know that word, you're probably going to do a 4 or a 5. So if you pause this video as you go, you can pause, rewind, do what you need to do. Okay, so we have accomplish, and let's go ahead and go to that. Maybe as it's loading. All right, so it says accomplish. And let's go ahead and write this definition down, and I'll be explaining it so you can listen too. When you accomplish a task, you complete it successfully. The example is, with Grandpa's help, I was able to accomplish my project more quickly. Okay, so when you think of an accomplishment, it's something that you complete successfully. So like an accomplishment that I've had is I completed a half marathon. So I completed the task of running 13.1 miles successfully. So what is something that you would like to accomplish today? I would like to accomplish going to my workout class after school. Maybe you would like to accomplish getting your homework done. Let's go ahead and play this video. Hopefully you guys can hear it okay. Okay, so this one shows maybe a dad or grandpa with his son, and they're accomplishing or completing the task of cutting the board. All right, our next word is anxious. All right, go ahead and write the number next to your word. And remember, this goes in your powerful words section. If you are anxious, you feel nervous or worried about what may happen. Okay, so it says, the example is, Rita was anxious about the research project, so she checked many sources. Okay, so when somebody's anxious, they're worried, they don't know what's going to happen, and so then they're in their brain, they're starting to think about all the possible problems. So what's a situation, think to yourself, of where you have felt anxious before? Maybe you were anxious or nervous about a test. Okay, so in this situation, this girl shows that she is anxious because sometimes your face may look like this, your eyebrows may be close together because you're just worried. You show that worry. Assemble. Go ahead and write your number down. When people assemble, they come together. So when we think of the word assembly, or school assembly, we all come together. Sometimes it's the rallies together, or our minute to win it last year. When all the students assemble in the room, we will begin the play. So it doesn't necessarily mean an entire group of people, but it means to come together. So it could be the fifth grade assembling into my classroom to assemble for language arts. So what else might a large group assemble? Maybe a concert? So this shows an assembly or assemble of students together in a room, maybe going to watch a movie together or going to a soccer game. Taking a little bit to load. All right, we're back in action. My internet stopped, so we're gonna keep going. Let me put this back on here. All right, our next word is decipher. Make sure you put that number down there. Decipher means to figure out something that is difficult to understand. So if I'm deciphering a certain student's handwriting, I might have a hard time reading it, so I have to look closely and identify or figure out what it's trying to tell me there. Archaeologists had to decipher the code in the rock drawings in order to understand what they meant. Okay, so it's taking time to figure out what something is difficult to understand. When is handwriting hard to decipher? It is definitely hard to decipher if a student rushes through it. For me, and let's go ahead in your brain answer what you think is the answer to this question. This shows what archaeologists may look at. Okay, they have to decipher or determine the meaning behind these pictures. All right, our next one is distracted. Go ahead and put that number down. If he distracted you, excuse me, he drew your attention away from what you were doing. I can think of a few people, including myself, that get distracted. When my friend distracted my attention, her dog swiped my frozen treat. Oh man. What things have distracted your attention from studying? I can think that when I've been distracted from studying, if my family's doing something, or maybe there's a movie on, or maybe you smell some good food in the kitchen that's distracting you from getting your things done. Definitely hard to find things that make sure that you don't stay distracted. All right, this shows that her attention was over here, and the dog, she was distracted, and the dog swiped her frozen treat. Remember, if you need to pause this video at all, you go for it as you're writing down these definitions. Right, navigate. When you navigate, you find your way over or through an area. Okay, so when you map, we use a map to navigate our way around the park. I'm sure many of your families, if you've ever gone on a road trip, maybe you use something to navigate your way to your destinations. Maybe you use your phone, maybe you use your map, and that'll help you navigate or find your way through an area. What are other ways that people navigate? I navigate using my phone. Sometimes I navigate or find my way by looking at the street signs because I know that a certain destination would be near a certain area. It looks like these people are navigating by using a map, and they're discussing their way through the map. Our next one is options. Options are choices or alternatives. So at lunch, you guys have options. You can bring cold lunch with milk. This year, we do not have alternate, but some people choose that. In the past, they did. Next year, we'll probably bring it back. And we have yogurt and cheese, and we have hot lunch. So those are all option or choices or alternatives that you have. The grocery store offers many different vegetable options. What is a synonym for options? Choices. The grocery store offers many vegetable options. So this shows that just some of the variety. And look at, there's all these different types of tomatoes, but they're different options of tomatoes. Our next word is retrace. When you retrace your steps, you go back over them. So sometimes maybe your parents will say, hey, retrace your steps if you can't find something you're looking for. So kind of go backwards to determine that where it is. Carl was able to retrace his footsteps to find his way home. Maybe you've gone on a trail and you have different things that you remember so that when you go back, you're looking for them to find the right path when you navigate through using all the words. What is another word or phrase for retrace? To go back over, to go back. All right, so this shows sometimes it'd be an easy indicator if you see footsteps. So we know that that would be an easy way to find your steps back and to retrace your steps. All right, I'm gonna exit my share here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I know this is week 2 of remote learning with trying these remote lessons. Be sure to listen or look at all of the steps and to submit correctly everything that you need to do and to mark as done. All right, have a wonderful week, everyone.